Hello.
What's up?
Hello. I'm still joking around. I hope not.
Vinny's having massive internet issues this evening by the sounds of it. So
yeah, even more so than usual because he is full on Robot Vinny. He's the new presenter on the LX feed tonight.
I think it was all working fine. And a minute ago, he was trying to muck around with two cameras, and it's all gone weird from there. So,
So he's done it to himself then.
Yes.
Is my mic working okay?
No, because the mic's working. We can hear you, but we can't really hear what you're saying because it's a bit gobbledygook. Yeah, I mean, as Simon's just said, looks like you're on dial-up, dude. To be honest, it sounds a bit like you're on dial-up as well.
Yeah, that little tone you get just before it connects.
Anyway, evening, people in chat. Who have we got in so far? We got Christopher Mawson.
We've got a few in chat
tonight. Michael Harris, JC. Good to see you all in the comments, guys.
Yeah, welcome.
Someone feed the mouse. Vinny's got a bee powered system.
Yes. It's all about the bees.
You sound like the intro to a Daft Punk album.
Yeah, one of the shitty early ones.
Hey man, I like pretty much all the Daft Punk albums, to be honest with you.
Discovery for me was their best one.
Yeah, it's a good album.
Mainly because it had a brilliant anime sort of video to go with the entire thing.
Yeah, crazy French bastards.
Absolutely nothing.
Again, I'm not digging at anybody French. The French are fine. Just saying. The French just know how to make good electronic music, man.
That is true. We won't talk about I-465 though because they were gash.
Hey man, nothing wrong with Blue.
It was terrible.
Mate, it really surprised me when I went to watch Iron Man 3 at the cinema, and that's the track that brings it in. I was like, what? Like,
oh, wow. Yeah, because it starts off, doesn't it, back in 99?
Yeah.
Oh, that's mental. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Evening, Gavin. How you doing? How's everybody tonight? I've got a funny feeling tonight's show probably won't be as animated as last Sunday's show. Probably a lot less of me dropping the C-bomb.
Hey, you can drop it as much as you like because Vinny's not here now.
Aimed at certain brands. But yeah. Yeah, I'll tell you straight. I'll tell you how I think I see it, how I see it. I'm not saying it's the right opinion, but
it's yours.
I think my opinion's pretty much the same opinion that everybody else in LXV has.
Yeah, it's pretty close to it. Although I wouldn't suggest using a Siege for your weighted gloves. You need something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've got one. I've got one right back here, though.
Yes.
I think you've got a Slugger and a Doom Diamond.
Oh, I've got the Slugger and the Doom X.
Yeah, Doom X even. Slugger, Doom X. I've got an Elite. I've got an Elite, standard Elite on mine. I've got an Elite 3.2. It's sat in this box down here. I haven't built it yet.
There it is. There's 3.2.
You got the gunmetal, but have you seen the black, man? It's sexy.
Yeah, it is. It's a nice matte black, isn't it?
Yeah, like it seems like a slightly different finish for them all, but like, the new. I mean,
ooh, look at
focus.
Hey.
It's my all my RGB-ness in my computer is making me
shocking it out. Like
making the camera struggle. But that's it. That's the new. But then literally, I feel bad because I still need to pay Mike for it. So I said I was transferring the money and forgot, and then it just arrived. I was like, oh, I haven't paid for that yet. I need to do that.
Yeah. Do you know what? I mean, I've got 3 or 4 Elite V3s, but this 3.2 version, with it having the conical top cap, so much better for flavor.
I like the fact they give you the drip tip adapter as well. At last, like that's one of my big gripes with the Elite series is that massive drip tip.
Big girthy boy.
You know, see,
The
I'm not
thing
going to
is-
say I'm not going to say everything Immortal make is perfect because it's not.
No,
On the whole,
everyone's-
they make some
exactly.
phenomenal stuff. But
The Elite V2, I mean, this is the same size drip tip as the V2, but it's basically cut in half.
yeah,
It's so much better being a stubbier tip.
massive tall boy tip.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the size of that drip tip, ladies and gentlemen.
That's a
My
girthy
camera's
boy.
doing weird. I took my camera out the other day. As if anybody watched me do the little DJ live stream that I did the other night, I took my camera down for that, and I've literally just set it up about 20 minutes ago. I was like, "Crap! I've got to put my camera back in place."
Yeah.
And I had to adjust all the settings, so I haven't adjusted them back. So the picture quality is actually looking pretty good, but the autofocus might be a bit. No, it's still pretty
And
quick.
I find that my new webcam, it doesn't quite like to focus on something. You've got to kind of cover the whole screen.
You can gavel up.
There we go. Look.
I'm sure that guy was sent to see what the reaction was to their expo. Yeah, what Magumba? We actually Magumba's a girl. We're pretty sure.
Yep.
No, we've got ideas of who she might be.
Yeah.
But obviously it's definitely a secondary account. So, and that's cool. Like they can come in, they can talk their opinion. You know, that's fine. I'm not saying it's the right opinion. I'm not saying mine's the right opinion, but
I mean, the way that they were kind of going on as well, it did show that they definitely had a vested interest in the Voxpo project. It wasn't an impartial, opinion. So whether or not they're on the payroll or they're doing the promotion for it, who's to say? They'll never tell us, obviously. From the last time they were on the show, they were chatting about the Facebook bans and everything, and apparently at that point they worked for Facebook HQ.
Okay, all right, yeah. So, okay, cool, interesting.
So, yeah, it's one of them.
Yes.
Yeah. So, what are you vaping on tonight, then, Josh?
I am on. I'm on my Morning Star, my reactor.
Ooh.
With the Thai redemption on top, half moon tip, and his coils as usual. It's hitting all right. I mean, it's stainless, so it's not like it's a brass mod, but it's a more softer hit.
Yeah,
it's good, and that's got like the other day, I went to my local shop, a guy I know really well, and there's Sean, really good. It's like, based, I've got no money, Sean. Can I just rob some bottles of juice? And I'll pay you back. He's like, yeah, no problem. Take just what do you want? I was like, I'll just have that and that. So it's cool.
Yeah.
Like, and I got this because I've seen it a few times and I wanted to try it. I mean, I think this bottle design's a bit weird, a bit dubious, and it could go as well as that whole advertising to kids, marketing to kids, but
the glazed donut.
Yeah, the glazed goodies, lemon jam. I mean, they make it very clear that it's no nicotine, and it's but it's an American company, Tasty Flavors US, so it's all right. I mean, it's nothing to write home about.
Yeah.
It's perfectly vapable. It's good.
It's super sweet.
No, it's not actually. If it's supposed to be a lemon jam donut, if anything, I get more of like a lemon, like more like a custardy vibe from it.
Right.
But it's nice. I mean, like I said, nothing to write home about. It's but it's perfectly enjoyable. I wouldn't, if someone said, "Oh, do you want that?" I'd be like, "Yeah, cool. Like, fine, I'll make that." I don't know if I'd buy it again. Like, there's probably other lemon donut-y type things out there that I would prefer to vape, but it's fine. You know what I mean?
For what it is.
But yeah, I mean the big problem with this bottle is it's really hard. It's actually really solid. So like actually getting the liquid, I mean it's quite good to carry around because you can just do that.
Like a fidget spinner.
I walked to work with it yesterday and I just had it loop through my finger. So it's quite nice.
Oh, here it is.
Yeah. So yeah, that's that one. And then the only other setup I'm running tonight is my Blue Siege. Again, a redemption. Well, the redemption's quite a lot at the minute. It's a bit strange to me. And that has the ultimate puff cookie oatmeal and raisin.
Do you know what? I'm still on the fence about trying that. I mean, you know how I feel about things without faces.
It's so good, man. It's so good. Like it is bang on a really good oatmeal and raisin cookie.
Yeah. Is it more like a dry vape? You know, when you feel like some liquids, you kind of feel that they get your taste buds going and they feel quite juicy as you're vaping it. With it being an oatmeal and raisin cookie, which is kind of like a dry cookie flavor.
Yeah.
Is it that sort of texture and flavor?
Yeah, kind of. I sort of get what you mean. Yeah. It's difficult to explain. It just tastes like a really good oatmeal and raisin cookie. Quite heavy on the raisin. Like you get quite like a juicy raisiny flavor from it. So it's quite good. I like it.
Yeah. I'll probably give that one a swerve then because I don't like things without faces. So for me, a raisin is just.
But a raisin's a grape, Paul.
Yeah, grapes are nasty.
But you love grape vape juices.
I do, yeah. But they're like, do you know what? I like the taste of grapes, the flavour from grape. I don't like the hard, crusty outside.
Fair enough.
But then if you peel them, they feel like eyeballs, and that's just even grosser.
Yeah. Why would you go through the effort of peeling a grape?
It's just, I'm a weirdo. I'm one of those guys, what can I say?
Brizzo and creamy bean. Nice.
Do you know what? I've always liked those Brizzo mods. Obviously, they're not going to be made anymore, but
I like the Brizzo. I mean, I've always liked the look of the Brizzo. I think it's kind of cool.
They've got a nice shape. It's just a little button on the bottom, isn't it, as well? That's quite nice. I like that. A bit fiddly to clean, I should imagine. Yeah,
it's got a weird sort of contact system.
Yeah, because it kind of pushes out like that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like a lever.
Yeah, so you push the switch in and it pushes the contact bars out onto the plate.
Yeah.
And then that makes the contact. So they arc. They do arc a little bit though. Not terribly, terribly bad, but they do arc.
Yeah.
Not like some other company side fires that I won't mention.
Church.
I can see Vinny lurking down the bottom, but his camera's not connected apparently. So
he's just watching us to make sure that we're not.
Yeah, not ruining his channel.
Good.
Because we're live on a lot of groups tonight. We're live on 8 separate platforms, which is
crazy,
really.
Yeah, it's the LXV takeover. So
yeah, I know what you mean. When I first switched to side fires, I was like that, and then it's like, no, the button's not there. Like it's here.
Why wait this fire?
Like that side fire. What are you vaping anyway, Paul?
Hang on, over drip that one. So now I've got nothing but a wet beard. It's like first world beard problems, that is. Tonight I am on my White Autumn Exile with the White Autumn Mega Cat. Got my silver plated Apocalypse TI deck in there.
Nice.
With some Andes. I think these are the 14 ply staples, which it won't focus in on because the camera's a dick.
Have you got a delivery then?
No. These are old ones. But they are absolutely thumpingly good. But yeah, so I'm on that with some Prohibition syntax.
Nice.
There we go. Oh, it focuses there, look.
Yeah, certain colours it'll pick up better than others.
So yeah, peanut butter custard by syntax by Prohibition, which is just phenomenal. I mean, I know you've had it. It's good shit. Obviously, I've been waving this about a bit, which is my Doom X with
boomstick
extension, and the new Elite V 3.2 by Immortal on top. Again, rocking some Andes series aliens in this one. So these cores have been transplanted about a bit because I originally got them in one of his Exile RDAs. Took it out of that, put it in the Splatter Odin, and then barely used it. It's just in its storage case looking pretty. So now I've put it in this because I've finally got a big RDA to go on that, because this comes with a matching 25. But it just
I've seen yours now, and I want some series power, so I'm gonna.
Yeah,
what batteries do you run in it?
Molly Cell 42As.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
going
you
to
run
put
the 30Ps in this, it won't fire. So you need a spacer, which I don't have. So I'm kind of stuck using the Molly cells, but they do hit pretty well.
I've got the Molly, the 27s.
Yeah.
They just fit in it perfectly.
Here's the weird thing, though. I shall show. Now, considering Molly Cell are a cell designed for vapors, here we go. So I have two P42As. This one goes in like a dream. This one
got a bit flat.
So, what? Identical batteries, bought them in the same batch. Everything's the same. Goes in there perfectly. Just not in there.
Which
is very bizarre.
Very bizarre.
But juice-wise for that, I'm using some Shamrock by Sad Boy.
Nice. Love a bit of Shamrock.
It's actually the first time I've used Shamrock on a series, and it's actually a lot better on a series mod than it is on a single tube.
You just need that power to get the flavour out. Yeah,
it's crazy because I'm getting a lot more of the cookie now compared to the mint, whereas on a single tube I'm getting more of the mint and only a little bit of the cookie.
Yeah, so I am looking. I'm just trying to find something to put in this series mod now. I don't know what I want. Too much choice.
This is first world vape problems.
First world, 100% is first world vape problems. Yeah.
We got to a stage the other day where I just looked at Fiona and said, "Just pick me a mod to use today, will you?" She went, "Yeah, but what if I choose one you don't want to use?" Well, I want to use any of them, but
I'm okay with this. This is quite a good juice.
Which one's that?
It's from Flavor Boss, actually. It's called Night Owl. It's like I can't remember the flavor profile on it now, but it's nice. Sorry, Wild, you can just see me put liquid on some cotton. No.
This is when you vape it and you forget that you didn't actually like it.
No, I do like it. To be honest with you, dude, there's not many juices I don't like, if that makes sense. Like, I ain't too fussy. There's stuff I prefer, but yeah, lots of juice on it.
That's what you need.
Yeah, that's all right. Not the hardest hitting, but it'll do.
I think you've got the V2 on top of that, haven't you, as well?
I wonder if that drip dip adapter will fit in this.
Yes, it does.
Oh, it's going to make the flavour so much better.
The thing is, I found that when I put the adapter into the V2, when I then tried to put a drip tip in, it touched the top of the deck, and you couldn't push the drip tip all the way in.
Okay, well, we'll see.
It might just have been the drip tip I was using.
I've got a lot of space between. Oh no, that looks good. That looks good. I just need a drip tip for it. What fitment is it? 810.
810.
Oh,
Yeah, any 810 will fit in that.
See, I'm unprepared this evening. Just watched the football, had a bit of a chill day. Got on with my kids this morning, spent the morning with them. And the wife took over about 2:00. I just had some time on my own, which is quite nice.
Play any more Resident Evil?
No, I need to. I'm working out a strategy to do a bit of a speed run on it.
Ooh,
but you need to plan it. You need to plan those speed runs.
Yeah, I mean, I went on last night and I started the Leon playthrough. I've not done Leon on the PC yet, and I managed to get all the way through to the underground base just before you meet Ada.
Yeah.
Did all that without bumping into Mr. X once, which I was really happy about. Sure, I missed a few bits and bobs, but I got the main thing. So I got the weapon upgrades and the pack upgrades and stuff. Yeah. Oh my God, he's back.
He's back and clear, and oh my days.
Oh my life. I've just done the quickest reboot on a PC ever, like completely refreshed or everything. Sorry about that, people.
All right, dude. It's technical problems happen, man.
And to be fair, we're used to it with you.
Yeah, but it's not happened for so long. I've got in a complete flap as well.
The thing is, you now look super clear.
Yeah.
Like,
you are looking the complete wrong way to the camera, though. Just saying.
Yeah, because I've had to move my camera because I thought it was a camera position. So now I'm not through Logitech Capture. I've had to move my camera from over there to here. So now my monitor's there to look at you guys, but my camera's there. So
you can't get your eyes to like this.
My camera's here, but my monitor's here. So that's why I'm not really ever looking at the camera. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'm doing a Josh tonight. I will get it sorted again.
At some point, I will get like a mount so the camera can come here and sort of in front of me. But,
you see, I've got them here for my up close wall attached to the wall, but I can't access them to look at me because they're all going down. But anyway, what have I missed?
Not a lot, really.
We were talking about Resident Evil 2.
Oh, right. Okay. That's okay, then. I have no frame of reference for that.
Well, if you'd have watched my live stream last night, Vincent, you'd know exactly what Resident Evil 2 is about.
I was watching a film with my children. I was being the family man.
What's more important, me getting killed by zombies or your bloody kids?
Actually, I probably should have watched you because it would have probably been far more relaxing. Have we all done what you've done? What you're vaping on?
Yeah, we've done it. So why don't you show us what you're vaping, Vin?
Okie dokie. Well, I'm having a fatality fest tonight. I'll look at the camera rather than over there. I'm on my Clutch SQ with silver fatality M25. On there, I've got some Ombre badass blends. I can't even read it. Rocking raspberry sorbet. Then my other fatality M25 is on the Vapresso. You can see, Paul, I put the black one on it, as you said.
That does look good. That does look good.
It does look quite good. Unfortunately, I've slightly scratched that because I've dropped it for the first time today. Evening, Ian.
Right, Ian.
In there, I've got some Riot Squad Blueberry Crumble, which is really, really quite nice. That's quite surprising.
Riot Squad?
Yeah.
Is there any range from them?
They did a dessert range. We actually auctioned some off in the auction.
Shows how much I was paying attention.
It's actually quite nice. They do a bread and butter pudding that is really, really divine. I'm on my Drag 2 because I've already killed a coil in my Smock RPM 160, which is really disappointing.
Not surprising.
But is it surprising?
Well, smoke coils have improved. They have improved.
Yeah.
But that was really disappointing. It's below 1,000 uses, puffs as they call it. I hate calling them puff counters, but yeah.
Is it a mesh coil as well?
Yeah.
Mm.
And it's already died, which has really, really surprised me. But hey ho, that is life. And I'm on whatever, I can't remember who makes this. Oh, Zap Juice, the one with the caffeine added into it. Because otherwise I'd be quite asleep.
How's the flavour on that? Is it any good?
It's not bad. It's a green lime slush, but the caffeine in it actually works. I don't know how much of it is psychological, but it seems to work.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. Oh God.
So you're a lazy boy vapor today, Vinny, and you're using tanks.
Yeah, I'm not dripping. I'm being the average Joe vapor, I suppose, in a way.
Average Joe vapor with 2 different fatalities. Yeah.
He's the posh tank.
I've just got a 65-pound tank, but I've got 2 of them. You know.
Yeah.
Josh,
do you know what?
There we go. Yeah.
I could actually do with another one because I've got my Odin 250C, which basically is just a coil builder, an ohms reader. That's it.
Now you've had to go Odin. I can't believe my Odin's died. My Odin 200 has died. I've been in touch with him, and all I've told me to do is clean it. And if that doesn't work, it's tough shit. And I was like, all right, okay, fair enough.
Thanks for that.
That's lovely customer service. Thank you very much.
How old is it, Vinny? It's not even that old, is it?
Josh, how old is it?
Not that old.
It's not that old, is it? They haven't been out that long, have they?
The thing is, like, vape electronics have different guarantees, don't they? Because of the usage of them, because they're taken outside and they're like, it's not like a standard guarantee. You get like it's a year or 2 years. You generally get like 3 months on the fuckers, don't you? That's about it.
Yeah, Dick, I know you can hook me up, but no.
I can have a look though. I can have a look if it's because I got it from eSig 1, so.
They usually give 6 months, don't they?
I can have a look because it was under 6 months. I'll message him.
Yeah. Same. Sam's not in the chat. Yes, Simon. I'm now connected to next door's Wi-Fi. Oh. Right, I've got a bit of a touchy subject. It's actually probably good. It's just us 3 on for this subject, and I've not pre-warned you either.
No, that's cool. We all like surprises.
Basically, it's from a leaguer who is in the chat, and they want to know how we feel about product promoters. Obviously, they're not paid directly, but now a lot of promoters are getting codes given them, and they're gaining commission off the sales of these codes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, obviously, I get given a lot of codes as a reviewer, but I do not gain any commission off them because I don't see why I should. You're getting free products, so you get a code. Anyone with drug X using bigger tank, keep an eye on them. My O2 people lost them.
They're magnetic, aren't they? So they've just obviously fallen off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yes, they do go off quite easy.
Mm.
Yeah. So I mean, that topic. I mean, even being like I am, like obviously I'm on here. I vape for teams and stuff like that, and I have my IG account and this, that, and the other. I've even received messages from companies going, would you be interested in doing this and receiving a commission? I always turn it down. It's like, no, not my thing, because generally it's from a company that I don't know. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know you. I don't really know your product. I don't know, because I'm putting my name to a company that I've then got to rely on their customer service. Do you know what I mean? If I recommend it to a friend and it's shit, do you know what I mean? It's like, so I wouldn't ever do it.
You mean like a dog poet, Odin, perhaps? I recommend it to everybody, and now mine's broke.
I'm sure you've just been unlucky, Vinny.
Yeah. But see, I personally, sorry, Paul. I personally haven't got an issue with these people getting commission off these codes, because if they're putting the work in to push the product day in, day out, like a lot of them seem to do, then why shouldn't they be rewarded for it?
Yeah. I mean, my only issue with it is I'm happy for people to do it as long as they actually believe in that product.
Yeah.
And they're doing it for the right reasons.
That's the big difference.
And not just for the fact they want to make money off it, and they don't even know what the product is, and it could be shit, and they're pushing it. You know what I mean? So I'd say that would be the difference for me. I mean, if it's
something I've actually done. You know, the juice company that you guys might remember I worked with for a bit. They're my local vape shop, and they asked me to promote their products, and they say if I get any sales, then I do get a percentage of said sales. I basically told them, no, I don't want that. You know, there's no point. I'm doing it because I like this juice. And they were like, well, fair enough, you know. But the rest of the people who were on this team, I think there was about 6 of them, you know, they were, oh, yeah. And you know what? Their Instagrams, you look at what they were doing, there was about 5 or 6 different juice companies that they were all doing the same thing for.
Ooh.
You've chosen people who, yeah, they may get your brand out there, but they're not promoting your product because they're doing it for 6 other people as well. You know, they were quickly got rid of, you know, because they were pushing other people's agendas above who they wanted, which is bullshit, really. If you're going to do it, be honest with the company you're doing it for. If you like it, promote it.
And then does that then come under this whole paid promotion thing? It's like, you know, on YouTube or Facebook, or anything like that, you've got to mention, if you're earning money from it, you've got to mention it's a paid promotion.
That's a very, very good point.
Does that come under that code? Because
it will do, yeah. It definitely will do. Under Facebook's terms and conditions, it will definitely come up under there.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because the thing is, how many things do I see on Facebook each day that could be people doing that? And I've never once seen it said it's a paid promotion for. I mean, I see reviewers do it, big reviewers do it, and it'll be in a link saying that this is a paid promotion. But I've never seen it on Facebook for like advertising a juice or pushing a particular company. So
I think now, because as an individual, you can't share links and discount codes and things like that on the wider range, should we say, the wider pages, I think it's going to cut a lot of that back. You wouldn't see it as much now. Whereas back in the day, you would see them left, right, and centre, dizzy codes all over the place. You know, use this, use that, use the other, because there wasn't no one saying, hey, man, you need to say where you've got this juice from.
I mean, going back to when I first started reviewing, me and Andy were both on the VGod team, and we was both promoting, and we was getting commission. I think the most I ever got commission-wise was about 10 quid.
I know Andy did quite well out of it, though.
But Andy did quite well out of it, and he was completely open and honest about it. But obviously there was things that went on there as well, so we ended up both leaving. But that's a different story altogether.
Yeah.
Simon Burr would never take financial benefit from anything we promote. We promote companies, trust people we know. Exactly. That's the thing, Simon. That's a massive difference between what you and your other half do and what a lot of these other promoters seem to be doing. And that was the point I got from all that after that. There's people like yourselves that do it for the love of the company and for the love of the promoting and for the enjoyment of taking the pictures as well. Simon's missus does some cracking pictures. But yeah, that's a completely different kettle of fish. If these people are actually doing this and getting this good commission and doing it via Facebook, then on them posts that they're sharing, they do need to declare that.
Yeah. Yeah, they have to say it's an affiliated
Which
link.
is something we could, that's, you know,
I've opened up a whole other can of worms. I've seemed to be pretty good at that recently.
Yeah, but you say on your reviews, Vinny, you know, you was given this to do a review for X, Y, and Z, you know, promoters. I mean, you scroll through Instagram, how many pictures do you see of all the girls with the bobs out going,
yeah,
this is the best juice ever, use my code.
Yeah, exactly.
All of it.
I mean, my favourite one of that, and I think I mentioned her before, is Smoking Mermaid, and she's there going, 88 vape, it's my favorite juice ever, and it's like, no, it's not, because it's fucking terrible.
Yeah,
But it's because you're being paid by them. So like, I
and
mean,
the thing
that's
is, as well,
the point that you're just lying to earn money.
yeah, they're all staged. I don't even think half of them even vape what it is they're promoting.
No, a lot of the time they're still full, and you can see they're still full.
Yeah, most of them don't even have, like, you know how we would do like a hand check and we'll go, oh yeah, this is what I'm on today, and then you see some dude blowing a fat cloud or whatever. You never see that with any of the Instagram fucking troglodytes doing it. You never see them vaping it.
Yeah, Simon, 50% of juice comes from 3 different companies. I don't think that's quite the case now. There is a lot of independent, genuine juice makers that are set up. I know a lot of companies do white labeling and things like that, but there is a lot more independent ones because it's become that much easier to set up your own clean room now. Because it was something I actually looked at doing and nearly actually bought one off Tripac myself. But it's a lot easier now to actually do that and get a certificate of having a clean room, depending on the ISO standard you want to get, because they differ massively. So I just read the comment I highlighted.
Vinny, you should do it with your bobs. You'd make a killing.
I don't know. They're a lot smaller now. They've gone a bit flatter. I might have to get, I don't know if I could do it with my hands.
Balance it on one of your titties.
Facebook user, I'm not quite sure who you are. You need to give StreamYard permission to use your name. I vape when I rep sometimes.
I think sometimes I'll have a treat.
Yeah. Well, does that mean buying stuff you don't rep? i.e. buying a good fluid?
The thing is, I use stuff that there's products out there that I like that aren't related to the team that I am on. And there's certain rules out there that say I'm not maybe allowed to post pictures of it or this, that, and the other, and I'm not going to go into too much detail. But I still use it. Like, I'm happy to the fact that I'm using this on the show. It's not an issue. It's nothing. Just it's a different Mac. Do you know what I mean? That's it.
See, I'm in the unique position where I can only use the Macs which I promote because that's all I have.
Yeah.
I've got, what, 16 Macs, and yeah, they're all immortal.
I remember when they all used to be Death Wish, Paul. Remember when they all used to be Death Wish?
They all used to be Death Wish.
Yeah.
You know what? There is 2 tubes of Death Wish which I would still own and use today. The Plague Doctor, because it was beautiful, and the Ghost Ship. They're the only 2 which I actually legit miss. Other than that, I mean, they're all the same, just with different pictures on, with the Death Wish tubes. But those 2 pictures, for me, I love them.
I mean, Nancy just put up. You used to make me laugh when someone shared a picture of Pandora Blue pushing a 10ml bottle of juice. You couldn't even see the labels, but she's wearing next to fuck all. Yeah. I mean, that's exactly right. But they were like her and her partner were a complete sort of, this sounds stupid, like a vaping power couple, because she's her partner's Turbo, isn't it?
Yeah.
And he doesn't do much anymore. Like, he's completely dropped off the scene.
Well, it's because they make their OnlyFans pictures and videos instead. They make more money off that.
Yeah, but, I mean, how much? I'd like to know how much those 2 would earn just from vaping alone.
You would be massively surprised.
Oh yeah,
massively surprised. I've heard figures bandied about for Pandora and for who's the other one? The other female one that does. Oh, what's she called?
I don't know.
But yeah, I've heard figures banded from 5,000 to 10,000 just for one promotion thing.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Right,
It's serious, but that's just for one set of promotions.
Yeah, I know Smoking Mermaid's up there. She must do quite well from it.
There you go.
There's a few of them though. There's a few of them.
$900 a picture.
I mean, I'm not taking it away from them. They've got to have the equipment. They've got to know what they're doing. They've got to take a good picture. It's got to be edited. This, that, and the other. But it's completely because of their following. I mean, how many followers? I don't know how many followers. I'm going to have a check. How many followers?
The vape advertising thing on Instagram never really kicked in, did it? That was supposed to kick in with it being owned by
it didn't.
So Pandora Blue's got a cool 2 million followers.
There we go.
2 million.
That's not too shabby, is it? Let's be honest.
The funniest thing is as well, if you actually look, not one of them are vape related.
I mean, I'm just happy with my 1400.
1400. What am I on to now? Let's see. Oh, 670. Yes.
I've got just over 3,000, I think.
3,000.
Yeah.
Not bad, not bad. Those bots working overtime again.
Oh Jesus!
How many, Vinny?
Just over 3,000.
Oh, nice. He gets 1 like per pick as well.
Not even that. Not even that.
I mean, anybody that follows me on Instagram, anyone that follows me on Instagram know I'm currently taking a break from Instagram and team. I'm currently on a little bit of a just a break from it.
My Instagram, hardly ever. You guys have seen the pictures I take. They're garbage.
And you've got no excuse now because you've got a good camera on your phone.
Yeah. But I'm shit at taking pictures, so that's my excuse. That's why I get the wife to do the good ones.
Yeah, but Chris is still trying it, so
yeah.
What's your excuse?
Chris may have
to do it. Anyone can do it.
There you go. Zippy beats me. He's got 4K. I'm not a picture taker. I'm a reviewer and vape advocate. That is what I do. I am not a picture taker. I use that instead.
You can use that and get someone else to do it for you.
Yeah. I mean, I might have to. I don't know what'll happen when my juice line comes out, which is going to be soon.
In my personal opinion, I kind of think Instagram advertising is almost a saturate point now where it doesn't really make a blind bit of fucking difference.
No.
Do you know what I mean? It's if people are going to buy a product, they're going to buy it regardless whether they saw a picture on Instagram. But
the same can be said of reviews, though. If people like a product, they're still going to buy it regardless if I say it's shit. Now, a lot more people go out and buy something if I do say it's good. I do have people that do that because I know because the feedback to me, which is lovely. Oh, God.
I was going to say I'm a lot more likely to go and buy a product off the back of a review than I am seeing a picture of it on Instagram or Facebook. But
speaking of smart, I'm definitely not impressed.
Yeah, I mean that's something which we kind of discussed earlier, but it was more like, hey, Vinny, why don't you tell us? It's more like, when does it become a mod compared to a pod? Because 60 watt dual 18650, that's a fucking mod.
The coil that comes with it, though, only goes up to 90 watts. They are releasing an RDTA pod and a rebuildable for it. But one, it's not a pod. It's a pod tank.
But this is the thing. It's not a pod. A pod is a thing that you pop into something and you vape it. You then discard said pod. If you're fucking around with rebuildables, RDTAs, anything like that, it's an all-in-one. It's no longer a pod. That's a pod.
Yeah. So to me,
that is what makes it a pod.
Yes.
Right?
I've not got it here. I mean,
You replace the whole unit.
The pod is actually 7.5 mil, the one they sent me as well.
Oh,
It's massive. Oh, I always get the Chinese version from Smock. Thank you, Smock. Because
20 milligram.
but when I do the review, I am not going to refer to it after the start as a pod, because it's not a pod. They are using plastic pod materials as the new sub-on tanks. Quite clearly, Vupu have done the same. That's not a pod to me. That's the extended tank. That is not a pod.
No.
Yes, you can replace the coils, but even then, it's still not a pod. It's just a plastic tank.
It's a tank.
Yeah.
What they're trying to say, it's an embedded tank. That's what it is.
But I mean, pod is the hype word right now, isn't it? That's the thing. Like, pod is what everybody's pushing. So
the reason why companies are still calling these pods is, one, it gets the new vapors in because they still see it as a pod and they still think it's an easy starter device. It's not like that. I would not recommend the RPM 160 to a starter. One, the airflow on it is massive and you can't close it. You have to use your finger to close the airflow.
That's a massive oversight.
The coil that comes with it is recommended between 70 and 90 watts. That is not a starter vapor kit. It is not a starter vapor kit. It's a sub-on vape kit.
Yeah.
That is exactly what it is.
That's gonna be a cloudy device at that sort of wattage.
Yeah.
It is very cloudy.
So,
Very cloudy, but the coil only lasted for, I think it was 950 puffs, which for me is absolutely shocking. When the Vupu one, the 0151, I hit over 3,000 puffs on one of them before it even started to tame.
Yeah. Well, that original boost that you had, that took some hammer before it
Oh
started.
God, yeah. The Aegis boost that went over 3,000 on the first coil.
Do you know what? I actually quite like that boost as well for what it is. I like all of the Aegis range, to be fair, because they are solid mods. You can't just drop it and break it. Yeah, the paint will flake off it because Geek Vape use crappy paint, but that's by the by. You can always touch it up with a marker if you're that bothered. But
I've never had to do that. I've never had the paint come off one.
Haven't you? Oh, mate, I've had the Aegis Legend, the Aegis X, all and within 3 weeks, the black around where you grip it wore off all around the edges.
I've not had that. None of mine. I've got them all as well.
I mean, that'll be different for different people because different people have different acidity levels in their sweat, stuff like that. So, I mean, that'll be different for different people. But yeah, good paint should last longer than that, regardless.
Yeah. Mine's got a few dints in it where I dropped it in my Legend, but it's pretty.
Oh, you got a nice snakeskin one as well. I like that one.
Yeah, I haven't used that in ages, actually.
Is that the original Aegis?
Yeah, the original one. I had to update it because the battery firmware was diabolical.
Yeah. When you first opened it up out of the box, it was shocking. You had to.
I tell you what,
half a day.
Talking of battery longevity, I'm really impressed with the Vapresso. I can do like 8 hours on 225 hours. And
you know what?
Vaporesso, in my opinion, don't really release bad mods.
No.
They might not be everybody's first choice, but actually they're solid.
It's the first one I've had. It's the first Vaporesso device I've ever had. I will admit that completely right now. And I'm really, really impressed with it. The finish on it is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Is it? Oh, yeah. See, that's the textured finish one. Yeah, I touched that, and yeah, no.
Did it trigger you?
Yeah. I nearly dropped it in the shop and he threw it at him. Like, fuck. He's like, don't break it. It's the display model, you twat. But yeah, it was horrible. If they did it smooth, I'd like that.
See, I like it like that because obviously I slip and drop a lot of things.
I mean, it looks.
I'm just very clumsy.
It looks kind of similar to the USV Arc. Do you remember the USV Arc?
Yeah.
United Society of Vapers Arc. I had one for a little while.
Yeah, I was going to buy it off you, then it sold like half hour before I got in touch with you.
Yeah, it flew out, man. Problem is, I was sticking an RDA on it with quite a low build, and it was just it was like it didn't like it.
No.
I mean, this little mod, it goes up to like 220 watts. And it's just, it is instant. I'm really impressed with it. I really am.
Not with 225 Rs in it, it doesn't.
Well, no.
I may tell you it is.
It'll max out at about 160, but who the fuck vapes at that wattage anyway?
Oh, I used to.
You know, the only person I know, like, not that I know them, but that vapes at like extreme, ridiculously high watts is Twisted Messes. I mean, Kent he'll vape at like 200 watts all day. It's like, are you insane?
I used to all the time until I truly got into mechs and mechanicals. I used to all the time, and then I realised you didn't really need to do that. You just needed to build a bit wiser.
That's it.
Better.
It's about the build. The build is key, really.
It is, and I didn't mention at the start. I'm actually using some big boy coils. Shane, I know you're not watching, but cheers, buddy. I got my massive delivery of big boy coils the other day, so I got sick of waiting for our colleague Mr. Bohane from Sub-Zero to deliver.
Aren't we all?
I was just driven potty by using 980 constantly, and the flavour when you've been using 980 for like 6 months and then you switch over to a really nice handmade coil is just wow.
Yeah, you
can't
remember.
The first time I had a proper handmade coil, like I didn't like wrap just like myself out of like some flat wire or something like that, and I was like, wow, like, and it was a frame staple from I got their fucking hat.
Yeah, I was going to say
Interstellar,
yeah, and I was just like, oh my god, like game changer.
Yeah.
Just say, Simon Burrs put a comment up there saying, hey, he's just won one of those Kremhilda mods.
Yeah.
That actually looks really nice.
Oh, the black and gold looks amazing.
It's not going to focus on it, but
yeah. It's Fatefly, who I've been working with a little bit, and I've still got to finish editing the Brunhild review.
That looks.
They are sexy.
That really nice. How much is one of those? Not that I've got any money, but
Vapor 101 sell them for 65 quid.
That's not bad.
They are very, very nice.
I mean,
they was going to release them in the UK until the group of reviewers that work with Vapefly said you need to bring that out here because it was all aimed at Germany because they work with the 103 team over there. It took the group of reviewers that have been working with Vapefly to say, look, you need to bring that to the UK market, and they've only just opened up to let it come into the country. So it is a crackingly good-looking device.
Yeah, looks like a SX Mini beta.
Yeah. Apparently, the finish is really, really tough and resilient as well. So I'm hoping to get one, but we shall have to wait and see. Unfortunately, Vapefly run on a pecking order, and because I haven't done the Brunhild review yet, it's I've slipped down the pecking order somewhat.
Yeah, well, that's going to happen, Vinny.
Yeah, slacker.
Send me this product. I'll review it at some point in the next year.
I've had things going on. I had health issues and various other things.
And it's been out. It's been out for quite a while as well, hasn't it?
I haven't actually had it since it was released. I'll just clear that.
I know, but
it's not an hour today.
Yeah, can I just say, it's your knees that were bad, not your hands, not your face.
I need to be able to walk, and I need to be awake from painkillers.
Ryan's bang on there, man. The Germans make some actually quality products. I mean, they always have done. You know,
the Brunhilda.
When you look at like Smoker Store, like they obviously do quite a lot of well-regarded tanks, and they're not cheap.
So,
For Mesto, yeah,
very good. But do you know what? I was like that with it. I liked it, and then it just suddenly was like, nah, do you know what? The Gatter's way better, which is unusual because obviously a lot of people prefer the K-Fun Light as opposed to
the original K-Funs were, but again, they're expensive, isn't it? It's a lot of money.
Yeah,
they are expensive.
Very expensive. For what they are, it's not something where you've got a range of options for the coil builds and things like that. It is very much a mouth to lung, just how much you want to restrict it.
Welcome back to the world of Facebook, Hodor.
That's been a lengthy ban. That's been a good lengthy ban.
We're on YouTube as well, and Twitch. You can catch us there.
I don't think anyone's on Twitch.
No. We might get a random troll on Twitch at some point again, but
Yeah, if there's anybody in the chat that is actually an administrator or owns a group and would like this live show streamed to their group directly, speak with me, and we can set that up. Ooh,
obviously for commissions.
Random troll. 6-week ban. Man, I had one of them on my my Vaping Vinny account. It sucks. I feel your pain.
It's because you were sharing those naughty videos, weren't you, Vinny?
What, our videos? Yeah. That's not me and Attacker, by the way. I meant the show.
Not our
video. Yeah.
I'm still waiting for Disney or Ghost to come and sue us for my Captain America shield or just my Ghost poster in the background. They're both famous for it.
If those companies do want to come and sue us, it's Josh, no one else.
and my Iron Man and
oh Christ, yeah. I mean, if I went in there and did my stream from the living room where all my nerd stuff is, I'll have everyone after me.
Andrew, please don't send me them videos again. Don't send them again.
What kind of videos were they, Vinny?
No comment.
Were they as good as the ones that I send you?
They're of a similar content, shall we say.
We won't go into those.
No. Let's move on swiftly from that.
Yeah, let's just sweep that away. Yeah, we don't want anybody to know what kind of shit we get sent.
What happens in private chat stays in private chat. Now, I had another suggestion as the topic, which it seemed a little strange one, but it's from a regular leaguer who isn't actually in the chat tonight, funnily enough, but normally is. And it was around the use of nick shots and how we felt should they actually, when TDP gets all done again or whatever, if we go our own way, how we feel about nicotine going back into short fills rather than having the little nicotine shots, which are potentially damaging the environment. I mean, I personally recycle all my empty bottles regardless, but obviously not everyone will be as diligent. So I wanted to see what you guys thought about that as maybe a means of trying to influence TDP when it gets changed.
You mean TDP?
Yeah, what did I call it?
TDP? So, what?
TDP.
Yeah, no, we know what you meant. It's fine.
Tobacco director.
It depends because, like, I have a few preferred brands of nick shot.
Yeah.
So, there's nick shots out there that are good, and there's nick shots out there that are terrible.
Yeah.
And literally, you'll put them in a juice, and they'll ruin the juice. So it kind of depends on where the nicotine's coming from, I suppose. I've had quite a lot of American juice as well, where it obviously comes in the bottle.
Yeah.
And it does change the flavor. Like, I've had side by side, I've had an American bottle of Sad Boy Key Lime Cookie, and I've had a UK bottle of Key Lime Cookie, and they are completely different.
Yeah.
Like, the color's different, obviously, because the nick's been in there steeping. It's gone much darker, but the flavor profile is different as well. I mean, you can still tell they're both key lime cookie, but they are different flavors.
See, I actually had quite an in-depth discussion with one of our friends of the show, Ron Peoples from BMF, about VG and nicotine and PG and things like that. And he actually told me that half the time the issue is cheap VG rather than the nicotine, depending on where the VG is being sourced, because cheap VG can actually be as harsh as PG.
Yeah.
So it all depended on where these companies were sourcing the VG from. Because, like I say, there's good quality VG, and then there's just standard run-of-the-mill boot stuff.
Yeah,
I suppose is a way of looking at it, and that actually surprised me. I didn't realise it wasn't actually the nicotine that was the issue. It's more the liquids that go into it to make it combustible, I suppose, as a vapor.
I mean, the other issue is as well, will it actually put the price of juice up?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
In it, because they're going to have to pay for that. I mean, I know companies pay for nick shots anyway, and I know by law you can't really give away free nick shots. They just sort of put it into the value of the juice, but generally the nick shots are free. Do you know what I mean? But if it's already in the juice, is it going to put, if it's a 3 milligram juice, is it going to put that bottle of juice up in price by £2 because you've got?
Yeah, it will do.
Nick shot to buy usually £1. Like if you're buying them from a shop, like that's fine. Like if you buy them in bulk and stuff like that, or you've got wholesale, I know what they cost. They don't cost much, but still, that's the other option. Is it going to put the price of juice up?
And also the other side to that sword is obviously with the TPD. Have I got it the right way around this time?
You got it right.
TPD. Jesus Christ. I dread to think how many times I wrote that word in my dissertation. Anyway, the other side to that is obviously with that new legislation coming in, they're looking at possibly taxing nicotine. Now, if the nicotine is mixed with the liquid, that tax will increase quite significantly because you'll have the value of the juice as well as the nicotine rather than just a £1 or £1.50 nick shot.
Yeah, technically you're going to be getting charged for the volume of the bottle because it contains nicotine. Exactly. So 100ml bottle, there's going to be tax on 100 mils worth of nicotine. Does that make sense? Rather than it being 10 mil worth of nicotine.
But to be fair, that's how it used to be before TPD came in.
It is. That is exactly right. That's what we used to pay a lot more for the juice.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, come on.
Well,
you wouldn't find that for a tenner.
Andy's always said it. If anything, TPD did us a massive favour.
Yeah.
Like a massive favour. I mean, I still think it's the way that America should go. Do you know what I mean? Short fill is the way that the States should go. I mean, I think it's a much better option. It means you don't have to you can put the nicotine in you want as well. Like I quite often vape 1.5, but you can't buy a 1.5 milligram bottle of liquid.
No, you can't.
No.
But I've got the option to make that up.
Yeah.
Fair enough, I lose 10 mil of liquid, but if I'd rather vape a 1.5 than a 3.
Yeah. Because some juices as well benefits from not having a full 3 milligram in there. I mean, one juice in particular for me, the raspberry, that raspberry one we got, Josh, the Moorish one.
Yeah.
I've made that a 3 and it's too harsh.
Yeah.
In hindsight, 1.5 and it would have been spot on.
Don't play with that stuff.
Drink through the head like a man.
I'm out.
Josh is all about that froth.
I'm completely missed the bin then.
Ryan saying there he spent 25, 30 quid for a 50 mil back when he started. That was the common price for a 50 mil back then. A lot of the time.
Well, I mean, I know I've said it before, that white gummy juice that I used to like, the Akamuki, I think it is, that used to be 50 quid for a 75 mil bottle.
Yeah.
I mean, it was damn good. Don't get me wrong, it was really good.
Money though, isn't it? Could you afford to vape if it was that price though?
No, I used to wait till my mate bought some and nicked 10 mil off him.
I mean, the thing is, vaping is slightly different because obviously there's now more power.
Yeah.
You know, you go through juice quicker. Do you know what I mean? It's
You see,
Yeah.
I didn't, when I first started, I didn't look at it that way. I compared everything to the price of smoking because obviously I did that to start doing that. Sorry, a comment there just got my attention. I want short fills banned. Daryl Roch. I wouldn't go that far. I personally would like to see short fills tested, the same as compliant 10 ml bottles are. But yeah, I won't go as far as banning them, but obviously that will affect the smaller companies quite drastically with me wanting them tested. And again, it wouldn't surprise me if that didn't come in with some form of legislation, especially if nicotine goes back to being added to short fill bottles,
Yeah.
because then technically it will have to be tested.
It's not cheap. It's about
No.
£10 per juice, I think.
Per flavour, yeah.
So those shops which have got 100 flavours, that's a lot of money.
You see, now, like I said, when I started vaping, I compared everything to the price of cigarettes and used to work out how much I was saving and things like that. Obviously now, for the new people coming off smoking to vaping, that would be even more of an incentive because a pack of cigarettes now, I don't think you can buy a pack for under a tenner, can you?
No.
I was shocked the other day when I was stood behind someone and I think they ordered they bought some Embassy number 1 and it was £13.70.
yeah.
And I was just like, how much?
You know, back when I used to smoke, if I was on a night out, I'd smoke a pack of 20.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
Easy.
I might not smoke one myself, but someone would nick one and this, that, and the other, and it's before you know it, a pack of 20's gone.
Yeah.
You know, you're looking at potentially £30 for 2 days worth of smoking.
Yeah, that puts the price of a short fill into perspective, even back in the day when it was expensive.
Oh yeah, and I'll take the short fill out, and it'll still last me another week. I want it to.
Yeah.
Short fills. Yeah, exactly. I do agree with that, Daryl, to an extent, actually. Obviously, short fills still prevent, I suppose, your hobby vapists and, to an extent, your tank vapors. But your new vapors, your converts from smoking, will be buying the 10 ml bottles because that's what shops direct them to, especially Nick salts now. You see most shops recommended Nick salt devices and things like that for the first time vapors, which I do agree with because that's what Nick salts should be used for, in my opinion, to get the people off the cigarettes into vaping, because that hit from a Nick salt, especially a 20 milligram,
it satisfies the craving.
It does, and it quenches it.
Whereas 3 milligram is not going to do that for a smoker.
No. I mean, you wouldn't expect a smoker to go straight on something like that.
No.
No. This is where those new pod mod systems come in. They are clearly not targeting the recent converts. They are targeting the people who want a disposable mod for work and they don't want to carry a glass tank out with them. Get that, that's fine. Market it for those people. Don't market it as a pod / starter setup when clearly it's not. You know.
Although I'm just actually looking on this smock packaging, they don't actually refer to it as a pod. Actually,
smock.
Nowhere on the site it's a pod. Oh, it does on the back. I lie. It says it once on the whole packaging.
Yeah.
So that's
but for somebody who's not in the know and they are relying on a shop, say, to tell them exactly what's what, that's what they're going to go for.
Yeah. Unfortunately so.
And yeah, it's all right for the right sort of user. That's what I'd say with that, because
I'll tell you what, I dread to think what would happen if you put Nick salt, a 20 milligram Nick salt in that smog.
Yeah.
That would be Old me would do it, but new me won't do it.
I mean, we've all made a mistake before. We've all dripped Nick salts when we shouldn't have done. And as Josh knows, I know you've done it a couple of times, haven't you? It's not fun when you stick a 20 milligram liquid on that and hit a Nick salt on a mech.
No.
It's not fun. Not fun at all.
I'm falling off the earth. I'm falling. Nothing's flat anymore.
This must be why kids like Jewel. Oh.
They're in bother, aren't they? Jewel are in major issues now.
They've virtually disappeared from most places, haven't they?
Yeah, I think they're probably on the verge of just vanishing completely.
They will do. Well, their owner got into hiding, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Because he was getting sued left, right, and centre.
250 ml of 5 milligram salt. So 5 milligram would probably work quite well. But
you see, I actually quite like salt nicotine shots. Like, I don't mind putting salt nic shots into a bottle, making it like a free.
Well, you can get a hybrid now, can't you, of free base and salt nic as well, which is apparently quite nice. But after you told me the other week, Josh, about salt nic, I've actually basically used a full bag of 15 salt nic shots.
Yeah, I mean, because salt nic is delivered into the system quicker and it does work better and it's smoother. Yeah. Free base is harsher, definitely. You know,
it doesn't alter the flavour either.
Yeah, no, I think it gets better. It's definitely better for flavour, salt nic, 100%. Definitely. I mean, most places want to charge you a premium for having a salt nic shot over a free base shot. So
you get attacked by bees. I get attacked by bloody midges. Good.
Hey, there's not one come in yet. Stop talking about them. They've got ears.
I'm sorry, Billy. You have bees in there all the time. I got stung by a wasp just walking down the road the other day. Bastard.
Wasps are angry.
Look at that guy. He's having a great day. Well, let's go and fuck him up. Fucking wasps are arseholes.
Oh, I bet that ain't Shane.
Yeah, that's fun. That would be fun.
That's going to ruin people's days.
There was a vape shop that I used to go to. It's not near me as such, but it's in the area. And if you left your mod unattended, they would quite happily come. This was back before TPD. Yeah, they would chuck a 24 milligram juice on there. Usually the grossest tobacco flavour they've got, which no bugger buys, they'll just come on and go. You then pick up said Mac and you go, oh. And it's just to piss himself laughing, knowing full well he's recorded you on the camera and he's going to put it on Facebook in a bit. I did it about 5 or 6 times to people before everyone just like used to walk in just like this. I ain't leaving this anywhere. Arsehole.
Simon, I love that comment. Vapor around wasp. Yeah, Josh, they've got a team of wasps and they're sending them after you.
Yep.
Yeah, they keep going to the wrong address though. They keep going Grimsby.
Assholes.
Let's not go down that line again now. We're drawing a line there.
Yeah. That's why I did the little show Wednesday, just to done.
Just saying, he's in training. He's been practicing.
So I was going to use that word tonight.
Speaking of training, I did an hour and a half today training for my my little challenge at the end of August. It's getting scarily close now, and I'm nowhere near doing 50k in training.
Yeah, it's going to be hard for you. But then again, it would be a challenge if it was easy.
No, I'm glad I said 50k and not the original 100k I was going to do.
What, on a bike, 70 miles?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I-
That's not fun.
Yeah, I
You
don't
come
know.
down to see me if you were going that far.
Yeah, well, one way at least.
Yeah,
Come
not-
down here and he's just collapsed on my lawn. Oh, challenge is done then, is it? Yeah.
doing that distance, man. It's one of those things you need to build up to. You need quite a lot of time building up to.
Don't even. Right, the Smok 160. One, there's no air adjustment on it. Two, the coil that comes with it isn't much cop. I've killed it with just over 900 puffs. Three, just don't bother. There's better pods / if you want something like that, and I haven't done the review yet, but I'd go buy the Drag X. One cell, flavors better, coils last longer. There you go, in a nutshell. And I'll say similar on the review and then share it to Smok and let them have a look at it as well, because that's what I'm going to say in the review. Pretty much. Welcome to
Log alert.
BBR takeover.
Yeah, it's one of them, isn't it? It's like, if you're looking at buying something like that, buy a proper mod in a tank. Don't buy that.
But there's no proper mods and tanks coming out, other than,
No.
say, the Vapefly one, the Krill Mill, which we were showing earlier. That's got a proper tank. The bit that pees me off about these plastic tanks, not pods, because they're not pods, is I wonder how much they're actually saving making them out of plastic rather than the glass and the metal and the engineering time to do that, rather than pre-injected molds, which is how they're made, and that's not being passed on.
I've got a question for you. That little plastic tank right there, does it come with any replacements? Can you buy replacement tanks?
Not yet, because obviously the device, I don't even think the device is actually available in the UK yet freely. But yes, you will be able to buy the actual pods. But the thing that I like over the Drag X compared to that is the Drag X, you can buy the bigger tank and it comes with a 510 adapter. And then you can use that on anything. This bloody Smok one, obviously because of the ridiculous shape they've got on it, it won't do.
You're very restricted to what you can use. No, the reason I was asking that is it's plastic, so things like citrus flavored juices, they're tank crackers.
Yeah, and your menthols and your blackjacks and things like that. Or probably.
That's not going to last 5 minutes.
Just fake desserts.
Well, that's what I do mainly these days. Lee, in response, my Geek Vape Boost, when I reviewed that, the first coil I used was immense. It lasted for like 3,500 puffs. I hate saying puffs. I want to say inhales, but that sounds too much like vaping, like smoking. But yeah, I'm going to let you all into a little secret. This massive man bag is basically my everyday carry of vape gear. And that and painkillers. Oh, I've got the horrible thing here. There it is. There's another issue with these. They pop off really easy. Anyway, moving on. I always, inside the bottom, oh, good God. Yeah, I'm not showing you a close-up of the inside.
Do it.
Oh, God, no. You really wouldn't want to. It's worse than a woman's handbag. Anyway, somewhere in there is an age.
You find that you've got loads of tampons in there.
Well, it's cotton. It's cotton. It's not a tampon. It's a cotton.
Yeah. Does it have a little string coming out the bottom?
Oh.
No seeds.
Yes.
Folks.
Citrus juices will have an effect on a plastic tank, but not as much as some of the others. But yeah, it will do. Mouth-long RTOs. Yeah, Ultim tanks. Again, one, it was cheaper. Two, it's easier to make. I've seen them fill. They look and apparently are quite good, but why would you get one of them when you can go get a Drag X or a Drag S and get better performance and longer battery life and everything else? I think.
I mean, the Drag S, I got one from my boss, and it's what an awesome bit of kit that is.
Yeah, I mean, my X has always been in my daily rotation since it arrived, since I bought it. And
about them, one thing,
well,
Voo-Poo.
Yeah, Voo-Poo's a terrible name, but you know.
It's a fucking shocking name, and the fact that they write it on the mod as well, and you're like, come on, man, I don't want something with poo written on my mod.
And I'm still not the biggest fan of Voo-Poo after the whole Tony B incident. And,
no.
But
I tell you what, though, I could see why he was gutted he didn't get his hands on that chip.
Because it's a good chip.
It's a damn good chip, yeah.
Oh, the Gene chip, yeah, it's a fucking good chip.
Well, it's like he always made me laugh when the Bogan did his thing to show solidarity to Tony B, and he just took his drag out and started smashing it up with a hammer, and the damn thing didn't break on him. I'm like, wow.
That tells you everything you need to know about that device.
And he was there, he was just smacking it for ages. I mean, yeah, he was using a rubber mallet, which was the stupidest thing. If you want to break something, you get something big and metal, do you know what I mean? But still, he was going into that fucking mud for a while, and he wasn't doing anything to it.
Always makes me laugh when Jay Hayes uses a rubber mallet. It's like, mate, get a sledgehammer.
Yeah. If that shit, you want to smash it up, get something fucking big, and just boom. One hit, gone. But there is one which I quite like the look of. It's the Aspire flask, is it? They've done a new flask.
Oh, have I seen that?
Yeah.
I got
don't know how.
Because I tell you what, the flask is a shit name. I'm telling you that now.
It's the.
What is it with Chinese companies coming up with shit names, man?
Well, put it this way. I mean, this is it.
Oh, it looks hideous.
Yeah, it's not for my
This
life.
is the thing, right? It's. I mean, it looks like a turd when it's in its little sleeve, shall we say? But it is a stainless steel, like flask, sort of like a hip flask.
Has it got a little section to put my whiskey in?
Well, I suppose you could put some dead man's hand in it or some gorgon. It's close enough then. But you know, it's got a 2,000 mAh built-in battery, and it takes a 0.25 mesh coil. So apparently, it's supposed to be pretty good. And
which looks like a proprietary coil for that mod. Why?
Yeah.
Why do that, Aspire?
You know, considering their Nautilus coils and the
you have the Nautilus coil, you have pretty much the best stock coil on the market. Why make a proprietary coil?
Yeah. You know why? They'll bring out another little tank for it that goes in it and takes it out, and they'll have to buy that as an aftermarket purchase, and that'll take the Nautilus coil.
Yeah.
Bet you they'll do it.
Most likely. Yeah. I mean, I'm a massive fan of the Nautilus mesh coil. You guys know it. Everyone knows it. You know, that's all I use in my my dot mod. I'm not using it tonight because I've still got that shitty fucking cranberry apple juice in it, which tastes like ass. I'm in the unfortunate stage where I've run out of other salts for use in that, so I'm having to vape it. It's shite. It really is. But yeah, that is one of the best coils that I've used for that type of vaping. Short of going to a little, you know, bridge RBA or something, you know, you're not going to get much better than that. And for me to not use that coil for this is a bit odd.
Yeah, it's very odd actually, because it is a really good coil. It's the only coil I could use in a .AOI and make it actually taste of anything. But yeah, that is an odd.
With that Cloud Flask though, that little top section there, it is a lot squat. It's about yay big like that. So the coil just sits in the middle of it, and your drip tip goes on top. So it's a lot more of a condensed chamber. So it's not long enough for a Nautilus coil. It's wide. So that's how they get the milliliter usage out of it. Wide. It goes around the top. Yeah.
Okay, there's an Aegis Boost Plus coming.
Yeah, it's out with it takes 18650, I believe. It's a shame they didn't make it 21,700 in my eyes.
Yeah.
I think I might have missed the boat a little bit there. And it's a bit of a knee-jerk reaction to everyone else bringing out the bigger pod systems with the batteries, replaceable batteries, rather than an inbuilt one.
Yeah.
But obviously, Aspire, by the looks of it, are releasing the Nautilus Prime as well. The Nautilus Prime pod system.
Right.
Ooh.
Eyeball on that.
Looks a bit.
Oh, yeah, that's the one I showed you guys the other day, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I actually quite like that. I mean, it's not as pretty as the dot mod, but I'm biased because I love that dot mod.
2,000
It might work better than the dot mod.
60 watts.
You're just a hater, Vinny.
Equipped with a 2mm side refilling pod that's compatible with Aspire Nautilus. Yeah.
Are you guys planning on looking at the Aspire mix? Unfortunately, Aspire don't seem too willing to work with me at the moment, and that's been going an ongoing thing for the last probably 18 months. So probably not.
No, it's because they know you look smart.
Well, I quite clearly don't because of my views on the RPM 160.
Exactly.
It's the last,
review.
the last smock thing Vinny ever gets.
It probably will be. I don't know what I have anything to review, so I'll have to probably buy more stuff. I hope the wife don't watch it.
This seems like a really new thing as well. Like, I know you were talking about it earlier, Paul, just like 200ml bottles seem to all of a sudden become a bit of a thing.
Yeah. Yeah, big bottles are making a comeback.
I've just seen on Evo, I haven't really been looking into much, to be honest with you, recently. But I've just seen on Evo, they've got like all the Just Jam flavors in 200ml short fills.
Yeah.
Jesus. That's
Like,
a big apology.
That's pretty good, actually.
16 quid for a 200ml short fill.
That's not bad.
They have got the sale on at the minute, though, haven't they?
I don't know. They're not. Oh, yeah, they're usually 20 quid. All right, fair enough.
But still, 20
I mean,
quid for 200ml, that's not bad.
200ml's not bad at all.
I like the idea of that, but for me, that means I wouldn't want to carry around a 200ml bottle. 100ml bottle is too much to carry around sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, I carry a bag pretty much everywhere I go, but I'll generally have my juice in my pocket because I want it accessible. But that in your pocket is still a fucking lump in your pocket, isn't it? You know what I mean? Like, so that means I've got to mix it and then decant it into something smaller. But it seems to be a thing all of a sudden.
For money, though, it's good. But yeah, you're quite right. You're going to need to have separate bottles.
Yes. Yes. Oh, they look
Just
pretty.
reading Ryan's comment there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing quite as bad as when you've got one of these smuggled in your pocket and you go to get in your car seat, forget that it's in there.
Oh, yeah.
Jabs you in the belly or jabs you in the bollock.
So I've just seen the mix by Aspire, and it's by Aspire and Sunbox. Is it a side by side?
It looks like it. It looks like the tank kind of sits in that little crevice.
That looks massive.
No,
like,
it's small.
What is it? Aspire Mix?
Aspire is Mix Box. It's called the Mix Box by Aspire X Sunbox. They've got a finish called Tuxedo. That just makes you want to buy it.
No. It is
a side by side. So, I mean, side by sides are something that have definitely becoming more popular as well. But you've got the big issue I find with side by sides, and why I've never bought one, is you've got to get the right tank for the right box, because your tank's either too short, or it's too long, or it's too wide.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
it looks very much like the new Belpo one, doesn't it?
Thing is, as well, it's got bypass mode, variable voltage, and variable wattage. I mean, what kind of tank would you put on that?
It's 18650 or 18350. So,
Jesus, you seen the price of it?
Yeah, 65 quid.
That seems a bit steep.
Oh, that's going back some. Look, having the screen on the bottom.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Whoever said that, it kind of looks interesting. I kind of want to see what it's about. But
Oh no, the pictures. Oh, is that the screen on the bottom?
so Ryan, there are mods that there are mods that just plug into the wall. There used to be a bit of a thing. Who did it? There was a company that did it, and you basically get like a transformer box in your mod. You get the mod with it, and it hooks up to it, wires in, and it's full 240 volt powered. Who did it again? I've seen them. They're quite rare, but they used to be a thing. Vinny, you must know. You must have seen them before.
The only ones I've seen that actually plug in the main were custom jobs by Blitz.
I think Tugboat did one as well.
I know companies that made them where you could directly plug them into a cigarette lighter in a car as well. That was quite handy. Until someone's caught fire and burnt the car down.
Yeah.
I'll have to come and have a look, Chris. I know Chris works in one of my local vape shops. I'll have to come and have a look. And
Chris, you probably know then. What size tanks can people get on that? Because it looks like it's very restricted for very, very small.
That was it. Ryan's bang on. Frostbox did one.
Yeah.
Frostbox did one. And when I've seen them come up, they go for mega bucks as well. It's like, but I suppose it's more like a collector's piece because they were quite rare. And
yeah, I bet they won't go for as much now though.
But I kind of get the point of that. Like if you're sat at home and you want unlimited power, like you wouldn't have to worry about amp draw, would you?
You're gonna need a damn good board in that.
Just worry about what your fuse board's got in it. Do you know what I mean?
You're not gonna want a MOSFET.
Power trip again. Oh, it's all right. I was just vaping. Sorry.
Yeah, vaping the lights off. That's all you need.
If you want to go something like that, go lipo. Go for a big lipo box.
When I vape, my lights dim.
Imagine me doing this show. I'd be off air and back on air and off air and back on air. Extension.
It would be amusing, but yeah, not practical.
50 amps.
Yeah, but Ryan, you're a nutter.
To be honest with you, I mean, I reckon I draw. I mean, I have some pretty low builds.
I wonder what the width is, though, Christopher. Is it 25 mil? Is it 24 mil?
If it's a Spire tank fit, yeah, 22s to 24s, I should imagine.
Yeah, Jesus, you're talking an old Griffin RTA or something like that on there. That would probably work quite well on there.
Do you know what would work great on that? My Petrie 22.
It would. It would.
And the black and gold would look the tits as well.
What, the one that you tried selling me a couple of weeks ago?
The one I've tried to sell to everybody, but no, 22mm RTA.
I don't particularly want any more RTAs. I've got one that I like and one that's an absolute bag of shit, and I won't even sell it to anybody. It's that bad.
No, we're saving that for the next expo event so we can give it back to the person who made it.
It won't come on again.
No. God.
I've got your RTA back and a can of Iron Brew to make it a little less
stereotypical. Here you go. Have all the things that you like. Here's a battered beef burger and a battered Mars bar while you're at it. Yeah.
Get a lipo, Ryan. Get a lipo, brother. You just reminded me I ain't got mine back yet. I'll have to chase that up. I sent it off to get a new board upgrade and I've not got it back. I miss my lipos.
Wasn't a Rebel, was it?
Oh, don't go there. No, it's one of my Blitz mod. It's my original Blitz mod. My big, massive Blitz mod. Yeah, I fried the board again.
Going back to my gold Petrie 22, do you know what it would look great on? That purple tugboat lipo you've got, Vinny.
I tell you what, I've hardly used that since I got it off you. And it's a real shame.
I'd actually stick it on there, man. I'd stick it right on that.
Yes, the Tiffany with the gold 22 on top. That would look sick. But you can't get that RDA off, though, can you?
Yeah. No. No. I'd stick supplies to it. Hold on. I haven't used this in a good month, and I think it's still got a battery in.
Good Lord, Josh. That's shocking.
Right.
I'm gonna
Do as we do.
We do not recommend that people leave mechs lying around with batteries in them for shits and giggles.
Still a fucking good vape, this is.
Yeah, I actually, one of them has been on my bucket list for quite a while, and I've never. It's another thing I've never pulled the trigger on. A bit like a Chuffing Kennedy RDA.
Yeah, you can't buy these anymore.
You can still buy the bling version though.
Yeah.
What's the bling version?
The one that's covered in cubic zirconia, and they're charged like ridiculous amount for it.
Oh, right, no.
And it wouldn't be comfortable to hold, would it? It's covered in
diamonds.
It's not going to be comfy.
No, but I drop shit.
Yeah, I mean, this has been through the wars a bit.
Oh, Lord.
Obviously, yeah, that's the limited edition Tiffany with a pink Petri on top.
How much is that price? That looks like a lot of numbers.
700 quid.
£700.
Christ. Good
Wow.
Lord.
And it's not even real diamonds.
Cubic zirconia.
It's an Argos special.
Just get a box of cubic zirconia, some super glue, and roll your mech around in it. There you go. Job done.
Same thing.
Yeah.
There's only one person I think could possibly use that mod. Who was that rapper? Was it a rapper or was it a designer who had a diamond jacket made and a diamond wedding cake and some shit?
I have no idea.
Some weird fucking American, but yeah, he had a full-on. The cake was worth like 3 million quid because it was just full of diamonds.
Jesus.
Take the battery out. Oh, look, and it's a 25R as well.
Oh, it just gets worse. Oh, Lord.
It's probably been in there since the day you got it.
Ryan, you seen how much the meteorite metal tubes are?
Do you know how much meteorites cost, though? They're not cheap.
Oh, I know, but making one out of bloody, yeah. No. If I'd go in that route, I'd go pure silver because I love the way pure silver looks.
Pure silver, a pure silver mod. Be antibacterial as well, wouldn't it? Be awesome.
Yeah.
I love my silver mod. I've got it's only silver plated, but I love my Siege. It's beautiful to look at. I just sit there and look at it and just stroke it. Ever so gently.
You tickle clean it.
Do you know what? Since I've had it, I've had it since just before Christmas, and short of just giving it a light tickle with my Father Cloth,
Nothing else.
Completely spotless. Even the inside, perfect.
Christopher, my views on the Sony T, whatever they are, the new 5s, I won't bother, personally. Sony don't want you using them in a vape device. I'd not bother. I'd go for the Molicel. Although Molicels aren't with the faults as well, but they are made for vapors and for vaping, which to me is a plus, a big plus, obviously.
They're a company that's actively supporting the industry, so let's support them back, right?
Yeah, even though I killed my 21700.
The only thing I don't like, and I think you was off cam when I was on about it, the massive inconsistencies between the batteries.
Yeah.
You know, I've got two 21-700s in this thing, as I showed earlier. The bottom cell won't fit in the top, and the top one won't fit in the bottom. They're identical, same batches and everything.
And then fit the new cells port.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
no
odd.
use, no nothing. I mean, as you guys know, I'm paranoid about everything. But yeah, look, that one fits in there nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
The other one.
That's nuts.
Now,
Obviously,
don't forget, we all gave Chris shit, a lot of shit, for when he got his 18650 stuck in his heart. I mean, if it was going to happen to anyone, I'm glad it happened to him because it's funny as fuck. But you know, it just goes to show you that Molly Cell, yes, they are all for us, vapors and all this lot. But come on, man, sort the shit out. Have the wraps identical, because that's what it'll be. It'll be the wrap. One is slightly thicker than the other.
well, it's quality control, isn't it, as well, really? They should be passing them through something to make sure that and ensure that doesn't happen. Molly Cell sort his shit out, basically.
Well, look at the response that Chris had when he queried it, and they were like, well, 18650s, they will differ. No, it's a size of battery. They are going to be the same size. It's going to fit into an 18650 mod. It's not like I'm trying to put a 21700 into it. I'm fitting an 18650 in an 18650 mod. It shouldn't stick, freeze, do nothing. It should go straight in, no problems. If it was me that had that issue, but obviously it wasn't. But if it was me, I'd have kicked off.
I would have done.
You know, no way am I accepting that.
I wanted to put some new batteries.
Yeah, exactly.
Although you are kind of technically having that issue, Paul, because obviously only one will fit in one end and one in the other in the tube in your hand.
Yeah, that is very true, but it's not stuck in my mod, so I'm not that bothered.
No, yeah.
Well, if I'm of the intelligence that if you can feel it starting to get stuck, I mean, I'm pretty sure that if I was to ram that fucker in, it would go in, then, you know, you'd kind of stop. But if you're putting 4 of the fuckers into a mod and you can feel them not going in, you'd say, whoa, Chestnut, I'll stop and I'll just pull these out while I can. Instead of when they're flushing your mod.
When there's no way of pushing them out at the top.
No, absolutely no way. You're going to have to put your life on the line and poke something in there to yank them out.
He's a diamond, that Chris.
You're a retard.
Thank God it's one of a kind, eh?
Yeah. But, you know, he's a good lad, you know, but yeah, he's just a bit dippy on some things, but we forgive him for that. Sometimes.
I love that.
I'm Ryan. Yeah. Make it fit.
Oh dear. Right then, chaps, I think we're about ready to wrap up. Anyone want to say anything for final thoughts, or are we just going to let Josh take us out? Me?
You've not had final thoughts for fucking ages, Benny. Why don't you plug your couch to 5, 10, 50 fucking K or whatever it is you're doing?
Okay then. Fair enough. I'll plug that. There we go. Right. Hello, everybody. Final thoughts. It's not really a final thoughts. It's plugging my little charity bike ride I'm doing. It was originally a couch to 5K. Unfortunately, I damaged my patella tendons, so I can't run. And the doctor wasn't very nice to me. But I'm now doing a couch to 50K bike ride, which will be happening at the end of August. And the charity we're raising money for is Angel Hearts and Crafts. If you don't know about the charity, watch the expo where the K1 spoke to us. They do amazing work, absolutely amazing work, supporting families that have lost young children, babies and things. And basically, we're going to be buying them a chilled crib that makes families have longer time with a baby when they passed away. So the family gets the bonding time with the baby before they have to say their final goodbyes. I cannot emphasize how much importance there is on this sort of thing, and the lack of these being available generally throughout the NHS, which is shocking, really. But yeah, if you can support, There is the taking sponsorship through the PayPal. It's vaping.vinny@gmail.com. And also I'm getting a specially commissioned t-shirt, which companies can buy an advertising space on for a good sponsorship. So far I have one company, so I've got about 4 slots available for that. And once that's made, I will be wearing that on every LXV show for 6 months with the names visible as well. So
sorry.
I'm trying to have a final thought here, Josh, you know.
I know.
Well,
I know that was wrong with me. I'm sorry.
Someone's put an angry face. Who's done the angry emote? Anyway, there we go, folks. That's the final thoughts. It's a little plug for my charity fundraiser, and it's going on from the charity auction we did. We are having another charity auction at the end of August as well. And to be honest, at the moment, it's a pod fest. We have about 8 pod systems, which I will be supplying salts to go with them. From my friends at Smock, from the Barton Vape Shack, from the Immingham Vape Shack, they've donated. We've got salts from Redemption. I've got some more Riot Squad juice. I've got Modkin juice. There'll be loads of things going in that auction at the end of August as well. Get involved and support everything we do, and thank you all for watching. I will say bye-bye and get off this big screen because it's quite scary, and I've had enough of that. There we go. Say bye-bye, people.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye. Where's the ending? There it is.
Classic Vinny.
Yeah, it's not me.